guys, I'm back with a new video. In this video, I'm going to show you how to make a Destroy Lonely type beat. Let's get into it. So the first thing I did was go into Dune 3 and found this really ambient pad. Dune 3 has like a ton of like really ethereal sounding sounds, so I definitely recommend getting it. But if you don't have it or don't have the access to get it, ambient pads aren't really like a really rare sound. Like you can probably get it from like a lot of other VSTs as well. But yeah, I just created this really simple chord progression. As you can see, I'm in F minor. But yeah, it's pretty simple. This chord literally plays for 2 bars. This one almost for 2. Then I just have a higher chord to lead back into the C. But yeah, here you go. Then I went to Dune 3 again and found this little synth pluck, and I just created like a really like catchy little pattern, and then I repeated it for the next 2 bars as well. But yeah, pretty simple. So yeah, as you can see, this and like the chords had like a lot of reverb on it, but that wasn't like me adding the reverb, that was just like in the preset itself. So I guess like if you can't find a pad that like has the same vibe, like trust me, if you add reverb to it, like you can make almost anything ambient. Then I used the same exact preset, except I created like a different pattern this time. This one's like a lot more like energetic, a lot bouncier, and this is like what actually plays in the verse. The other one just plays like during the second half of the hook. And then I finally went to Dune 3 for the last time, and I created like the classic really catchy lead. So obviously Bane has like that really catchy lead that like blew up on TikTok and stuff, so this lead was sort of like inspired by that. But yeah, like a really catchy lead is like a highlight of like Destroy Lonely beats, especially in his ambient ones. So just create like a really simple catchy one and just repeat it over, you know. It doesn't have to be crazy complex, it can be really repetitive. Just make sure it like is catchy. So yeah, that's pretty much all of the melodies, you know, something super basic but just super ambient. But yeah, let's get into the drums. So this is my hi-hat pattern, and as you can see, it's like not really that complex. One thing I did was alternate like the velocities of each hi-hat, so having it higher then go lower then higher then lower just makes it sound like super bouncy and just gives it like a different like vibe to it, you know what I mean? And then I just added some rolls and some triplets, and as you can see, I went to control then fine pitch and actually went lower in pitch for this snare roll. All I did was add a little bit of reverb to it, and yeah, then I just left it how it is. Then I have the classic clap, nothing special. And then one cool thing I added was this little rim click, and instead of having like a snare that like plays during the offbeats, I added this because it was like a lot more low-key, and you know, it was just something different, you know, something that like makes your ear click, you know. It's literally called a click, you know, just gives it like a different bounce. It's like little ear candy. And then the final bit of my percussion is the open hat, and it pretty much plays on every time the 808 plays. So yeah, that's pretty much all the drums, so let's get into the 808. So for my 808, I pretty much just followed the rule notes on the melody, which is C sharp and D sharp, and I kept it really simple, didn't really add any crazy rolls or anything. Over here, I like switched it up a little bit, but it's still pretty simple for the most part. So as you can see, I didn't really mess with the velocities too much, and I didn't even boost the EQ either. I just turned it into a box shape and turned on cut self. And then for the rest of my mixing, I have a soft clipper on the master. I added this EQ to pretty much all of the melodies, all of the chords, all of that. Except for the lead, I added this EQ because I wanted to like boost the mid frequencies and lower the high ones, so you can still rap on it, but it's still like pretty prominent in the beat. And as I said before, I added reverb to the hi-hat, so this is what I added. And yeah, I didn't really mess with anything here. I just did what I had to do in the channel rack. And yeah, then I just went ahead and arranged it. I started out with the hook, the verse, and the hook again, and then a little outro, you know. I didn't want to keep it too long. And yeah, that's pretty much the whole thing. So hopefully you guys learned something or were inspired. Please make sure to leave a like and sub, it really helps me out. And I also drop videos like this every single day. And yeah, with that being said, here's the full beat.